Yeah. Welcome everybody to Rebuttal Entertainment and Full of Flat. What's going on, everybody? We live and live in color. We live and live in color. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh man, we got both of the brothers pop up quick up in this joint. What's up, champ?
Yep. What's good?
Ain't too much of nothing, man.
Tez, you
Hey,
on mute, Tez.
how y'all doing?
You still muted, Tez.
Yeah, he muted.
Try say something.
Some.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
you go.
he say
What
something.
up, though?
Man, what's going on with y'all?
What's up with you,
Tell him,
man?
man, I can't call it.
Man, I feel privileged. I feel privileged. You know,
Oh
y'all
man, it's
here.
our privilege to be here,
Y'all
dog.
here.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Oh man, anytime, man. Anytime, man. Yeah, the light skin dude is here. The light skin dude is here. There you go. Luke, there you go, Luke.
Hey, what's up, young fellas? How y'all
What up,
doing,
Luke?
man?
What's
Hey,
happening
nothing,
with y'all?
man. We just chilling, man.
Man, we just glad to have you guys on, man. Finally get to talk to the Fox brothers, man, and get behind the mask, man. What's going
I
on,
appreciate
fellas?
it. Man, ain't nothing,
Nah, it's
man.
nothing
I
to
just
it,
got in
man.
the
Thanks
house
for having
for
us.
real.
So did I.
That's right.
Man, what's up with y'all, man? Y'all had one of y'all just had a big fight. You know,
Oh
what's
yeah,
going
man.
on?
Man, I'm just recovering, man. Back to work for real. I'm getting back in the gym next week.
Oh, yeah, that's it, man. You just gotta get back, keep getting polished. Hey,
Yeah,
next man up. That's what we do, champ. You
That's
know what I
that's
right,
mean?
all right,
man.
man. Yeah, gotta
Yeah,
roll with
that's
the
right. And
punches.
that's how these young dudes roll, man. I took the liberty to do my research, man, and I like the way they talk, man. Like one interview I saw Mike talking, he was saying, why wouldn't I fight the best fighters? I think
Right.
somebody had voiced to you, um, why you fighting these fight with high risk and low reward. And your mentality was, I'm gonna fight anybody they put in front of me. And to me, that's a
Absolutely.
lost art in boxing, man, because now you got people that just fighting just to get by. So I respect that, man. I think we need more of that in boxing, man. For
I
real.
think so
Yeah.
too.
Well, I mean, the biggest thing is it ain't nothing. It's nothing to gain in fighting like subpar opposition, man. You get more money, you get paid more, and you get more recognition when you step out there a little bit. You gotta take a chance in this sport. It's risky business, but it's what has to happen if you want to progress in this sport.
Absolutely.
That's that's right.
Exactly. The only way you're gonna get better if you fight the best. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Cause
That's
y'all
right.
know well I do putting them, ones that ain't no good. What they supposed to teach you guys when you get in the ring with
Right.
Teach you how to knock a dude a bum out.
them?
Yeah. I mean,
That's
and
Teach you
it.
how to
then
knock a bum
Right.
out.
people eventually get exposed when
Mhm.
you get up to like 15-0, they put you with somebody that's like 13-0, and you find out you wasn't even fighting that hard, and
Right.
then you gotta explain to people, oh man, it's just how it goes. Sometimes it happens. I
Right.
mean, but
If you
you
fight too
bet.
many, it ain't that nobody fights. I mean, everybody fights somebody the whole time they fighting, but
hmm
sometimes you do take those times with the lesser opposition just to polish your skills or polish your craft. You know what I'm saying? Then you figure out if you could take a punch. Oh, and being able to take a punch doesn't mean, oh, I take a punch, I go down. It means, can you take a punch, maybe get stunned,
hmm
and keep your head together and stay and get back on track to the game plan. Hold, do what you have to do to survive, and then get back on the game plan and get back on track. That's been able to take a punch as well. And not just whether or not you go to sleep as soon as you get hit.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's still about keeping your composure. That's the biggest
That's
thing. Like
absolutely.
somebody would get hit, and maybe they can take a punch, but they abandon the game plan just because you know you got hit. That's part of it. That's part of it.
That's a big part of the sport.
But if you hit them 10 times and they hit you once, don't jump off the rails with it. Just
hmm
Right.
if you keep going with that, if you keep going at that ratio, 10-1,
hmm
then it's gonna be 20-2, then it's gonna be 30-3. That's a very dominant fight right there.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
No
like that,
bull.
man. I like that.
Hey, so
So
which one y'all Atlantis? You the one just fought, right?
Yeah. I just
Yeah.
fought. I just fought Saturday.
Yeah. So I mean, how was it going into the fight, man? I mean, tell the fans what was happening going into the fight, man.
I mean, going into the fight, of course, we up against the big opposition.
Yeah.
Dave Morrell is he's defected, and he was basically from Minnesota, right? He's defected to
hmm
Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? So we going there. We going to somebody's backyard. We going against the crowd. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you've seen in August how my brother's thing went. So we feeling like we're going against the judges and all that. We just got to make sure. You know what I'm saying? We going up against all odds. You know, but the bottom line is like Mike says, we here to fight, man. I'm here to do work, man. I'm here to change the face of the game if I possibly can.
That's
you know what
right.
I'm saying? So we get in that joint, and apparently, maybe the judge was against me too, because not the judge, the ref was against me too, because when we clinching in there in the fourth round, he pulls my arm off of David Morrell, and then David Morrell hits me. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? After that, I can't really get myself together. So it's just like, damn, like, couldn't get together. So, if you watch the broadcast, I was mad at my father because I was like, man, let me keep going. But the bottom line is, after I watched it back, I had to talk to my father and, thank him for saving me from myself. Because the bottom line is, I would have went out there and probably taken more damage than I probably needed to. And he made sure to prevent that.
Yeah,
And,
that was my next question.
Exactly.
I was just about to ask you that. How did you feel about that? Him stopping the fight.
At first I was highly upset. Like, I was upset, but I was in my emotions. I was very emotional. And the bottom line is, I don't even remember all the punches I was getting hit with. Until I seen it, until I look back at it, I didn't remember any of those punches. You know what I'm saying? So that's not a good thing. That's not that's him. That was him saving me from myself. But I probably I would have kept going. I would have kept trying to hold. I probably would have fouled in there to make to make it so we can get in there. I would did a whole lot of things that probably would have hurt myself more than help me. So it is what it is.
Yeah. And that's where I want to stay in that moment right there. But Mike, you can answer this question first, because both of you guys have been trained by your father. What did you say to people who say dads need to stay out of the ring, the corners of their sons? How did you feel about Mike? You can answer first, and you can go next after that, Ted.
Well, my whole thing is like, for they say that, but the main people, like, for every there are some father son duos that don't gel. Like Roy Jones is a prime example. They weren't him and his dad didn't always him and his dad didn't gel. But it's a relationship like any other relationship. Father son is a little closer, but blood or not, you can just not gel with a coach. I don't think you look at Sean Porter, you look at Joe Calzaghe, look at
Danny Garcia.
A lot of father son. It's still a lot of father son duo. Even Teofimo Lopez, he made it all the way to a unified world champion, beat Lomachenko and everything. His last album was bad, but look how far he made it before things got crazy. I think that everybody's saying that the father son dynamic, they should just stay out. I don't believe that's true. I mean, even only person that probably knows me better than probably my father is probably Tez. We live together, we train together, we grew up hiding trouble from our parents for one another. So
doing the brotherly thing.
It just there's a time like you just have to learn. You just learn to be professional. That's all it is. It's learning to be professional. And we've been at it long enough. I think we've been at it long enough. I mean, my father, he's probably always gonna be our dad. He's only gonna be our dad in the heat of battle. But he still, I'll say this: he would have stopped that fight if it was a kid, if it was a guy that he wasn't trained, that he wasn't related to. That situation was a bad situation for a fighter. If people think that he stepped up too early or he stepped in quick because that's his son, you kind of got this game kind of messed up, because
you got to
would have stepped in that situation. He would have stepped in for anybody, whether it be my other teammate Greg Outlaw, or one of the upcoming amateurs that he trains. He would have stepped in to make sure that they make it home to their loved ones.
Hey man, you right, man. But let's go back a little bit. Hey, tell the audience, because we got people in here. Let them know when did y'all both start? Who started first?
Me. I'm the older brother.
The older brother always start first, man.
That's not true. The Charlo brothers, Jamel started first.
What?
Yeah, he didn't
know that.
Yeah.
He did. He got signed first. He was making noise before Jamal started.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, see. So you started first?
Yeah, Ted started first.
Yeah.
He like we all tagged along with some friends that Ted's played football with. They went to a Boston gym.
I went to the
We
Boston behind them. I mean, my father figured if you playing 65-pound football with these guys, why can't you get in the ring with them? You know what I'm saying? Which is pretty much not it. That's not it. You know what I'm saying? At that point in time, of course, we all green in the sport. You're thinking if you're the same size, y'all should be able to go. Now, just because you're the same size, don't mean the same skill level. And age plays a big difference. If you're 8 and the guy's 10 or 11 or 10 about to turn 11, his strength level is different. It may sound weird. It's gonna sound weird to some people. I mean, because y'all play football together. Well, yeah, we did play football together, but it was a team sport. Now it's just me against this 10 or 11-year-old fighting. It's me and him fighting one-on-one. His strength is gonna be different than mine. You know what I'm saying? So now I have to do what I got to do. You know what I mean? And I mean, I started when I was 8. Yeah, I started when I was 8 and some change. You know what I'm saying? I might have been 8 and 3 months, something like that. I maybe I started like June in the summertime after football is over and everything. You know, and then as the same football teammates I came with started playing football again and falling off from boxing, I stayed boxing and going to football. So I'm a 2-sport athlete at that point in time and just working as hard as I possibly can to just be great. And at that point in time, I'm trying, you know, not only I'm trying to be great, I'm trying to please my father. I'm trying to appease my father. You know what I'm saying? Look good out there in the ring and on the football field. But it's two different sports. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One the boxing ring and the boxing gym made me more. I mean, put me in a lot more shape than a lot of the football kids. But in boxing, it made me overly aggressive. It made me do more. It made me less finesse in the boxing than I needed. You know what I'm saying? Until football season was over, with the basketball, and then I would basketball creates finesse too. So basketball and boxing kind of went hand in hand a little bit. Where I was getting my finesse back, but then once I stopped playing basketball and stopped playing football over the summertime, I would get real nice, like real sharp, where nobody could touch me. Where I couldn't get no fights or anything. And then this football season would come back around, and I'm gonna go through football again, and it'll be the same cycle. And everybody, while I'm playing football, everybody fight me. When I'm playing basketball, everybody fight me. As soon as summertime came, nobody wants to fight me.
They knew you was what you was about to do.
They ain't want that.
After the first year of that cycle, it was like, oh yeah, I'm good. Ted's got it. We couldn't get no fights. Then when I stopped playing any other sport, I mean, I stopped getting as many fights.
Gotcha.
In the area locally.
Gotcha, man. Go ahead, Lou.
Yeah, Mike, man, I know we done had you on here for 14 minutes already, man, and we ain't asked you this question about the Gabrielle Mastrate fight, man. I got to tell you, I'm gonna run you a story, man. That night, I watched that fight because, I started hearing your name, so I started researching and checking you out and everything. I said, young, sharp kid, tall, long, rangy, fundamentally sound. And I watched the fight. I'm like, boom, the guy tried to press you out the first 2 rounds. You made the adjustments and started jabbing, keeping him at bay. You won that fight. So 11th round, everything everybody did. End of the 11th round, I said, let me go to sleep, man. He got this in bad. So I woke up, and this dude right here on the left, Mr. Rebuttal Entertainment, said, Lou, did you see that robbery? And I'm like, what robbery? He was like, Michael Fox lost. I'm like, nigga, you playing. Man, as I went to YouTube and started seeing, I'm like, 117 to 110. So I want you to walk us back through that, man, because I was looking at you and you was embracing the referee saying your name, but when the announcer said undefeated, it kind of threw you off, what you did for everybody. Walk us through that feeling you was feeling, man, when you got robbed that night, man.
All right, so let's say we go from we already know how to fight one, so we can go from after the 12th round. I immediately throw my hands up. Then I felt I won. I felt I won. I dapped him up and everything. I walked back to my corner. Ted's is in my corner. My dad's in my corner. Cutman, promoter, they're all in there. They said, "Joe, you did it." He said, "Man, you did it. You're a world champion today. You're a world champion today." So it's like, and the whole team, the entire team is in full agreement. Oh man, maybe I hope they don't do that. You know, nothing. It was a close one. None of that. None of that type of energy. It was full on victorious energy in my corner. My father said, "Man, go up on the ropes, man. Let the crowd know what you did." Blah blah blah. Did all that. I'm feeling good. You see how he's walking. You can see it in the body language.
Yeah,
You can see in the body language who felt they won. Yeah, you see in the body language who felt they won. But when they started reading the scores, when I first heard 114, 113. I made it. You can see on the broadcast. I made a face like what? Because I knew that wasn't a fight I fought. That means that fight was close. It was not close. Not the fight I fought. And then 115.
I said that shit too.
Yeah, 115, 112. I'm like, okay, that's a little wider, but I felt I did a little better. Now I heard 117 to 110. I'm like, that has to be me. That sounds like the fight I fought.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Right.
So you know, and any fighter knows when you listen to the scores, you know what kind of fight you're supposed to. You like, okay, that sounds good. That's me. That's me. That's me. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking this got to be me. Throw my hands. I put my hand up, and they say, and still undefeated. You know, I know. I at that time I had 2 losses, so you saw my face. I was stuck. I'm like, what? You know what I mean? That feeling was so unbelievable. I look at Jimmy Lennon. I look at Maestre. I look at my corner. We all dumbfounded.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Ted is over there fuming. He's so mad. You can see him literally getting bigger.
He's doing it now. Look at him. He's doing it now.
You can see him getting bigger. You can see him getting bigger. Yeah, and I just was so stuck. Like everybody, like, man, wow, you really kept your composure. It wasn't really that I kept my composure. I just was dumbfounded about what I heard. Yep. I could not believe what I heard. You know what I'm saying? If I wanted to, I could have just incited a riot. Like, man, y'all just start throwing stuff in the ring. I could have did what I wanted.
A lot of people would have rolled with you that night, champ. I'd have woke up and rolled with you on that one.
Yeah, I got out. So as I'm leaving the ring, people shake my hand like, "Yo, we know what we saw." You know what I'm saying? That these are the fans, and we know what we saw. They booed, and they say like, by the time the main event went to the ring, that half the people done left. So at least I know, like, we know what we saw. And I tweeted out recently. I had to let you know, like, you know, to the Minnesota fight fans, I don't got no malice for y'all. Y'all are good. Y'all are good with me. Y'all know what y'all saw, and I appreciate y'all riding with me. Minnesota Commission, not so much. You know what I mean? But it was just crazy, man.
Man, let me tell you something, man. All this stuff now, you can see, is a whole bunch of politics in this shit, man. Y'all, you know, I was so mad. I was heated, boy. I say, man, this is just, man, people fight their heart off, and y'all just come rob these guys like this, man. That just told you, man, you know, you gotta try. If you cannot let it go to the refs, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, them judges, man, the Golden Boys and all these big time promoters, man. Hey, don't be. I'm telling you, they got them in. They got them in there. They got them in their pocket, champ. You know, I was heated after that. I said, man, I'll turn this shit off, going to bed, man.
Yeah, and
I watched the broadcast not long ago, and I could see how, you know, the entire the fight was like based around. It was based upon Gabriel Maestre winning. You know, like, oh yeah, he was a 2-time Olympian. He turned. It was supposed to sound that he tried to make him sound all heroic, like. You know, he had a third chance to go to the Olympics. He opted out to turn professional and fight in the United States. Blah blah blah. They really talking him up. You know, second round. You know, we stop all that talking. You know what I'm saying? And then the narrative changes. Man, this Fox kid took this fight on 11 days notice, and he is looking like a star. Blah blah blah. You know, things like that. We turned the whole. Yeah. We shipped the whole. We shipped the whole narrative.
Right.
You know what I mean, and that was on 11 days notice. I mean, people keep asking me if I'm going to fight a rematch with him. I don't know. If that comes, I will take it. I mean, not much is going to change. I'm gonna be a few months older and stronger and faster. He'll just be a few months older, so it'll just be worse for him. Like,
and more
imagine what I do to him.
Yeah.
Imagine what I do to him with a full camp. I did that to him on 11 days notice. What do you think I'm gonna do to him with a full camp?
Exactly, man. Let's get these things in. Tony say, she say, good evening, welcome to the channel, fellas.
What's up, Tony?
What up, y'all?
Real say same thing. Welcome to the channel. My man Jamal say, just keep your head up, champ. Best is yet to come.
Absolutely.
Then he say, yeah, they robbed him for real.
Yeah, that was a highway robbery.
I'm glad y'all watched.
Yeah. Everybody see it. Hell yeah.
Everybody know what they saw.
Yeah, Mr. Man say salute champ.
What's up,
Yeah,
Mr. Man?
yeah, man. I mean, like I said before you left, Tez, man, you can't, man. These refs, these judges, the promoters, man. You know these guys, they got their own narrative with this shit, man. If you don't go
Yeah.
in there and like knock these dudes out, man, it's a shame that you got to pray for the fucking motherfucking outcome, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Hey man, you know what though? For my specific situation, I mean, the bottom line is had I been on the move, had I fought like Mike did, I mean, it wouldn't have been no thing. I should have been in that zone moving. I mean, as I look when I look back at it, I can see that I had dead legs. I was still a little bit nervous. I was still a little bit like,
Okay.
I was a bit shook. I guess I was a bit shook because it's my first world championship shot. We in Minnesota. We in somebody else's house. You can hear everybody. I can hear people, screaming for David to do something, and then I started getting more and more comfortable as the second round progressed, and I'm just like, all right, let's get in the mode. So then those sounds started fading away a little bit. Those same sounds started fading away a little bit. And I'm like, all right, let me get in the mode. Let me move a little bit. I was making a miss. In the fight, I can say for facts, I wasn't really hurting him. And like he looked like he was like 200 something pounds at the point in time. I'm like, damn. In my father, when we got in the corner, he was like, man, damn, he looked big as shit, man. Don't let this big motherfucker touch me. Like,
hey,
yeah, I'm like,
let me
yeah,
tell
you're
you,
right.
I'm about to say that Bama real bigger than a motherfucker.
Man, he look big.
That
Hey,
motherfucker supposed to
listen,
be fighting like 175 or something, man.
68. Yeah, hey,
Exactly.
listen, and I look, you know what I'm saying? I've never gotten in the ring with anybody that I felt like they look way bigger than me. This Bama looked way big, like a couple weight classes, but I'm like, damn, this motherfucker big as shit. You know what I'm saying? But me, you know what I'm saying? In my mind, I'm a king, so I'm not gonna go out there. I'm not gonna bow to him. But what I should have did is move and outmaneuvered him. I should have made him, and I felt like I was able to. But you got, like you said, you got roughing that on that, and he's not telling him to stop, hold my head down. He's telling me keep my head up. So you telling me don't duck under these big ass punches he's throwing? How that work? You know, so I'm ducking, I'm dodging, I'm making a miss. You can see him in there smiling because I'm touching with jabs and stuff like that. He's smiling out of, okay, I can't. He's touching me a little bit. I can't hit him as readily as I want to. You know what I'm saying? And then when he finally did catch up to me, boom, he caught me a little bit. I held him. The ref pulls my arm away. Then he clips me. That's when he clipped me. After that, I mean, I could never get myself together. So you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like you said, refs and stuff might be on the tape, but I mean, it's up to me as a fighter to make it so that don't matter. You know what I'm saying?
But man,
like you said, if I had knocked Morrell out, none of that matters at all.
Right. You left it in your hands, man. I just appreciate you stepping right back out into the fire, man. After the loss, you had the mentality of, look, man, this is what we do. And I think a lot of boxers need to take that trait. Not that you want to lose, but what happened when you lose? Do you just get scared and be like, oh man, I don't want to lose no more than ever? You get right back on the wagon, man. And one of the things you said when you first got on here is back to work.
That's right. Learn, move on.
And I think a lot of fighters need to adapt that, because a lot of fighters out here, and it's fucking the game of boxing up, scared to lose their O. Fuck that O. If you lose against a guy that's a bona fide opponent, it don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Hearns and Hagler, when they fought each other, Sugar Ray, they lost. But guess what?
They really
were kings. You lost to another king, man. It ain't like you lost to an Uber driver. You lost to a bona fide guy, man. So I really take my hat off to you guys for fighting the best and not being scared to lose that early in your career, man.
It ain't gonna stop, man. You know, so they said now it's to the point where we with PBC, they're gonna put us out there with upper echelon guys. And I'm gonna take every opportunity they can throw at me. Because the bottom line is, it only takes one good ass performance, like Mike just had. It takes one good ass performance like that to be a superstar.
Exactly.
And that's, you know what I'm saying, that's all it is. I just need to go in there, like, you know, I hadn't been in the ring since June. You know what I'm saying? We was getting up for camp after camp after camp until we finally got this one right here. And you know, I feel like I've been out of the ring for a little bit, so maybe that made me a little more nervous than it needed to be. But you know, the next time I just gotta go in that zone and move, man. Move, do my thing, box like I'm supposed to box. It's no secret that I can box really well. You know what I'm saying? So I just gotta make sure I do that.
That's
exactly.
Right.
Boxing enthusiasts say, now this guy, if you want to know anything about boxing, this dude know everything. He's from the UK.
Man,
and he said worst robbery ever seen.
Was.
Shout
Right.
out to the
Oh,
UK.
yeah, he from the UK. Dante Hall say salute, respect to the
Appreciate
Fox
that,
brother.
Dante.
Great interview,
Thanks,
fellas.
Appreciate
Dante.
that.
Tony want to know what weight class do both of you fight?
I'll fight super middleweight. That's 168.
Yeah, and I fight welterweight at 147.
All right, that's what I wanted to hear. Now, that's my man. Man, we set him up, Lou. I set him up, Lou. I got him.
Oh shit! I know where he going with this one. All right, I'm gonna sit back and relax.
I just set my man up. You know what I mean, Mike? All right, now I follow y'all on Twitter. My man said he want my favorite fighter, Keith One Time Thurman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Once upon a
once
time.
upon a time, one time,
Yeah, Mike.
all
That's
kinds
shit,
of shit.
I
Thurman,
like that,
you know what I
Mike.
mean? And you know what? I started smiling, and I say, Lou, we got him on. So tell me, Mr. Fox, what you gonna do the one time if you was to fight him? How what's going on with that, man?
Man, it's just gonna be boxing, man. I'm just gonna show him like 2 years is a long time to be out the ring. Like that's
Three.
the
Shit,
biggest
it's three.
three.
It's going
Yeah,
on
is it three?
Yeah.
Yeah, going on three.
Three.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. If people like I said, people brought it up on Twitter. Fox to fight Thurman. I'm saying, though, I'm with it. I'm not, it's
You
no
supposed
problem.
to.
Yeah,
No
Exactly.
doubt, no word.
Exactly.
like I said, it's the best time. It would have been the best time to get him. You know what I mean? And,
Mhm.
I saw him on Israel Live. He said he wanted two warm up, tune up fights or whatever.
Mhm.
Then he wants all the big names, and
Mhm.
then he accepts a fight with Mario Barrios. So I'm actually
Mhm.
rooting for Barrios because I mean, you
Mhm.
said on the line you wanted 2 warm up fights, so that means you think Barrios is easy work. I'm rooting for Barrios to really upset the guy. If he doesn't,
Mhm.
I'll definitely be his second warm up fight or tune up fight as he's saying.
I like
I know
that.
that's
I
right.
like that, man. I like that.
Exactly. And I told Lou, I say, Lou, I'm gonna see how he say it, what he say, and he said exactly what I wanted him to say.
Exactly.
Don't
And
duck
that's how
no
you
wreck.
supposed to be, man.
No
No,
doubt.
no cards, man.
Exactly, man.
Right.
I like that, man. I
Right.
really like that. You know what I mean? You ain't ducking no wreck around this joint.
That's
No,
Yeah,
right.
no need to. I mean, what you gonna gain? Like, how long do you think you gonna like to any young fighters coming up? How long do you think you gonna get those so guys,
Those ducks fighting those
those
ducks.
guys those guys who have losing records? And I mean, as long as there's somebody in your on your team that's telling you, yeah, you supposed to do this to that guy, that we just getting your feet wet. As long as y'all telling them that, but these guys are making careers of beating very less than subpar competition, and then they get and then the biggest fear happens is that they get exposed on one of their biggest opportunities. I never wanted that to be me or Tez. We
Right.
especially like once I started fighting 6-rounders early in my career. My father said, we don't want any more like losing records. They got to at least if they. I don't care if they 5-5, but they can't be a losing record. And I mean, throughout my time fighting locally around Maryland, Virginia, and DC, I was fighting, at least on paper, I was fighting the toughest opposition on most cards. Some there was guys that were main eventing above me. That I still fighting dudes just like 11 and 14. Like that wasn't me. That wasn't gonna be me.
Yeah, I
That's
got
right.
you, man. I feel Jamal say, let them put you out there thinking you sweet, and then beat the shit out of them.
That's how it goes.
That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, let me say they gonna they know now. Like y'all saw what I did on 11 days notice. Like there's not gonna be that guy. They're not gonna let me be a fill-in. People probably gonna watch that fight and say, "Oh no, I know that kid. I want to camp for him." You know what I'm saying?
And then you had something was wrong with your left hand or something before that, right? You had a left hand injury.
Yeah, I was preparing for I was preparing for a backup opportunity December 2020, and while I was sparring, I actually sparred in November. I broke my hand. I was actually sparring Trayvon Marshall. He's fighting this Saturday on the PBC card, man. Y'all make sure y'all check my guy out. Y'all just been a lot of good work. But I was sparring him. I made an angle. He like tucked his chin. I threw a left hook, and it felt like a firecracker went off in my hand. And then took the glove off. Started like swelling like on one side of my hand. Next morning, the swelling goes across like the whole back side of my my hand. That's all swelling up. It was a metacarpal fracture on my wrist. So that took a little while for me to get back. I wouldn't accept another fight until April, but I didn't get back into the ring until August 2021.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Mr. Man say he gonna whoop his ass, Lou. That's right, Mike. Talk your shit.
Shout out to Mr.
That's
Man.
right.
Oh man, Kevin Shin say keep
Keep
flute
flu
time
time.
Thurman.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna fight, Mike. I love
Oh,
this
it's
boy.
roasting time now. I
And
love
you
this shit
know
right here.
Jamal
Oh,
said you will beat the shit out of Thurman. That's right. That's how he supposed to think. That's right. They're going hard on the chat for one time. You know it. Irk in the
Once
building.
upon a time. Once upon a time.
Irk in the building. Irk say, "What's up, champ?"
Hey, what's
Yeah.
good?
And Kevin said Thurman is top 5 welterweight and has earned the right to a light touch coming off a 3-year layoff. I may not like the Barrios fight, but he earned it. You know what I mean? Yeah, it is what it is, man.
He
But
Yeah.
you
did.
know,
He did some
Bios
scrapping.
isn't easy work. Bios
Yeah,
isn't
it
easy
ain't
work.
no
So
easy work, man.
you
And
got
not in,
boxing,
147.
not
it
in
ain't no
boxing.
easy work.
That's rough.
It's not
Yeah.
easy work, man. No
I think that's gonna be
easy work,
good.
man. I like these young guys, man, because they
Who
want
you
to fight.
tell it?
That's right, man. Because if we talk about anything on this show, Mike and Tez, we talk about the best fighting the best. We lead with that on every show, just about. So I'm gonna pick your brains. Mike, you can go first, and Tez, you can chime in after. What fight that you haven't seen yet that you want to see? The best fight in the best. It could be any weight
Or who
class,
you would like
whatever.
to get back in the ring
Oh,
with? I add something on to that, Lou.
yeah, that's right. So you go. You first, Mike.
Oh well, I mean, I guess I'll probably end up being like everybody else. I want like as a fight fan, I definitely want to see Spence and Crawford.
Mm-hmm.
That's a no brainer.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see I wouldn't I mean any whatever big fight that y'all could probably name. I want to see Tyson Fury and Usyk. I want to see how that goes. I want any fight where it's two champions holding separate belts, man. Any unifications, I want to see them.
Exactly.
I did want to see, and I thought we might still see Canelo versus Benavidez. I really like that fight. Whoever takes a step back forward. I mean, no. Somebody asked me about that fight. I told him, man, it's gonna be a good fight. They both coming forward, but if Benavidez starts stepping back, he'll lose.
Yeah, it'll be trouble. You're right about that.
Yeah. And who would you like to get in the ring with right
Who would
now?
I like to get in the ring with?
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I would have liked Keith Thurman. Crawford, I'll get in with any of them, really. But I mean, Keith Thurman, Conor Nigel Benn, any of these guys just like making some noise in the welterweight division.
Any of the top ones.
The top one. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah. I wonder what I mean. I like I said, I'm rooting for Barrios in the Thurman fight, but I would have loved to fight him. I tried to get fights with him at 140 before when I could still make it, but just give me give me who's available. Like you'll hear they'll say no before I do.
Same question to you, Tez.
Of course, man. I'm definitely still looking forward to the Crawford Spence joint. You know what I'm saying? That's a big thing. But I really want to see I want to see Boost step up there too. And the 147 pound division.
Okay.
I definitely still want to see Canelo and Benavidez. That's a good ass fight. But they also talking Benavidez and who I just fought. You know what I'm saying?
That'll be a good fight too.
I think that's a good fight. I think I take Benavidez on that one. But I mean, of course, for myself, I want to get back in the ring with who I just lost to, man. So
that's exactly.
That's a good thing, you know
hey,
that's major to me. I need to get back. So I mean, what I know is throughout 2022, they're gonna be calling me. They probably call me on some backup stuff or what have you, and I'm gonna just be ready, man. I'm gonna stay in the gym and stay ready. They're gonna put me on something. I don't mind being a backup for anybody's fight at all, ever. You know what I'm saying? So I do what I gotta do to get back to where I need to get. So
yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Take whatever they're gonna give you. Get work on your craft and shit. Get right back up in there. Shit ain't gonna stop
want to see
nothing.
Javante Davis, man. I want to see Javante Davis, and maybe he talking about it. They talking about the Cambosos. I wouldn't mind seeing him with Cambosos.
I wouldn't mind saying that neither, young fella. I'd be the first to tell you that, man.
Yeah. Tank versus Cambosos, Cambosos versus Haney, Tank versus Haney. That whole little.
I want to see. I want to see Ramirez with Bivol or who got this fought, Mike. They fought Marcus Brown.
Beterbiev.
Beterbiev.
Yeah.
I want to see Ramirez fight one of those guys too. Ramirez, I really love Ramirez's style, man. He's another tall guy. He's like 6'1", 6'2", or something like that. But he digs down Shabaya really good. I really admire that about him because that's kind of the style I like to portray too.
Oh yeah, okay. Let's get to these chats, Luz. He say
Go
no
ahead.
such thing as easy work. Combosen and Cruz just showed us that. Man, he beat Cruz with one hand, man. Get out of here with that bullshit. You're a very entertaining fighter. Keep grinding, champ.
I appreciate that, Eric.
Yeah, y'all gotta stop
Hey,
leaving.
I definitely want to see you guys.
My
I
bad.
apologize.
He's right. That's my bad.
Okay.
That is my bad.
Hey, Luz, they read it before I did.
Hey, look, let me tell you, man. On this chat, man, we
I
got
said it
people that have
yesterday.
boxing knowledge, man. They will hold you accountable on this. Like, trust me.
Yeah, no. Ugas is definitely probably the sleeper in the division. Him and Spencer, they actually inked the deal, so that's gonna be a good fight. That's gonna be a great fight.
Definitely a good fight. I think I really say I'm taking Arrow. I'm definitely taking Arrow, but I expect Ugas to box really well out there.
I think it's gonna be a lot of in close fighting, infighting with Ugas and Spence. And then the adjustments will be made once they kind of feel each other's shots, like power punches and counters. That's when we'll find out whose actual boxing skill is better.
I think in my mind, I think Earl has to press him out, press forward. I think if he tries to outbox Ugas, he loses that fight. I think, man. But this is the thing. Boxing doesn't mean that you can't be going forward and catching punches and stuff like that. Boxing just means hitting without getting hit. I believe Earl can do that. Can apply intelligent pressure to Ugas, and that may make him the winner. But I mean, you have to factor in that Ugas is gonna give him some. He's gonna give him some movement. He's gonna jab him. He's gonna pot shot him and touch him. So it's definitely a great ass fight.
Yeah. Man, before y'all came on the show, man, I always do my research, man. And I was asking around about you guys, and I was able to talk to my younger brothers, Lamont Peterson and Anthony Peterson, man, and just other fighters, man. And they give you guys high regards, man. They said you guys.
Yeah, there we go. I knew Mike was gonna see that one.
Hold on. Ain't nobody worried about Blair Cobb. Nobody in this chat at least. I can tell you that nobody in the chat is worried about Blair Cobb.
Mike Foxman won that one.
If he's the next fight, that's fine too. He needs to fight more than me. I'm ranked in the top 10. If you want to test his mettle, somebody get in touch with Oscar. Tell him to call Mike Burrell or Marshall Kaufman. Don't nobody want no smoke with Blair.
Hey, they went right to the chat, man. I looked down and immediately started laughing.
Nobody can see that shit.
Oh man,
ain't nobody worried about that, man.
Blair the Flair said he won boots, man. That's what he talking about. You know what I mean?
Question.
What do y'all think about Shakur?
Shakur is an amazing talent, a very intelligent boxer.
Yeah, I sparred Shakur. He very superb. That dude, he knows he knows where he is in the ring. He's got good feet up under him, athleticism, good ring generalship. And I mean now he's coming along, getting stronger and everything. So he's the full package, man. He's everything. He's everything a coach probably would dream of being. I mean, truthfully, respect to him. He's everything a kind of a fighter wants to be. Really,
Kevin, you tripping?
Yeah, he always tripping.
Hey, look, Kevin B.
He be smoking that motherfucker.
He just a contrarian, man. There's no way you had Cruz winning that fight.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, with landslide and tell us we crazy.
Man, that's what happened when you smoke that ooh wee, man. Like Martin said, he's smoking that ooh wee.
Cruz did. I mean, Cruz did well, but I mean, I give Cruz a lot of credit for blocking all them uppercuts because, I remember in watching the Jones live action, I'm like. It looks like he's not getting his hand on it. Then they showed the slow mo replay. He kept that thing glued. And I watched.
He was blocking.
I went out to training camp with Tank when he was getting ready for Mario Barrios. I watched him knock a guy out who refused to put their right hand up. So, he must have saw that same spawn session.
Yeah,
and
man, that's crazy, man. I'm telling you, these dudes in here be tripping, man. Y'all just ain't
we
seen
got to
that
deal
yet.
with them every day, Tez and Mike. But you know,
Nah, man,
sometimes
we
I be
love
having
it,
I
man.
smoke,
love the
man.
fanfare, man. I love the
Yeah,
fanfare.
we got a good
Kevin,
fanfare.
you might be a little crazy, but you still all right with me.
Yeah, keep watching us, Kev.
Oh
Yeah,
my
man.
God, man.
Oh
So
man.
168, man, boy, that's a hell of a weight class you
That's a
in,
hell of a
man.
weight class there,
Yes,
bro.
it
Man,
is.
I was telling Lou, I said, Lou, damn, my man in the them motherfucking monsters
We in
where
there with
he
some
at, man.
dogs, bro.
You
Yeah,
know what I
I'm not
mean?
gonna
So
hold, man.
him
You
to
seen
get up
David
in there with
Morrell,
them dudes, dude, that
right?
just shows you, he got that. Hey, it is
But
what it is.
I'm willing
Bring
to
it
get in.
on.
I'm still willing to get in with all those guys, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's just about me boxing the way I need to box. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Even the fight this weekend, I could definitely, I could definitely see myself out boxing them better, doing a much better job boxing. And that's how I was supposed to do it anyway. I just, like I said, I went in there a little
Yeah,
nervous,
you learn from
slowed
it,
down
man.
a
You
little bit.
learn. Now you
Exactly.
know what you got to do when you get into those moments. That you know how to channel those nerves, man. You know what I'm saying? And that people don't understand when, like, if your nerves is off a little bit, it takes you a while to come to.
Damn,
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I respect
that's
you for
how
just trying
my
to get back
phone
out
ring,
there.
bro.
Hey, look, they gotta realize, man, they in the best 2 out of 3 weight classes there
Man,
is,
you better
man.
preach. You better
68 and
preach.
47,
Yeah, it definitely work
man.
up there.
Shit,
Yes.
Definitely working both those. Definitely working both those divisions. I mean,
exactly.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
I say welterweight. They call it's called the glamour division, but
Yes.
I still be honest. I think the most competitive weight class, at least
Not
of
bad,
the
y'all.
last couple
You
years,
good?
was probably 154, just because
Mm.
the belts was changing hands
Yeah.
so
Often.
much.
So
What
yes,
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
yes, yes.
so you can't, and there's still so many good fights you can make. Like they just made
I,
Hammer
I was just
and
about to bring it
Pandora.
out.
Yeah,
They,
I'm
man.
gonna
they
do,
He's a
made
do a
Hammer.
That's
video.
some
I'm
big
gonna
ass
do a
fight. That's
video on
different.
that.
he's a matchmaker, y'all. He's a matchmaker.
That's
This
different.
guy Lewis, he's a
They
matchmaker,
going
man.
man, Hammer. Even though I don't like Chenny, Lubin, you know what I mean. I think
Damn.
he gonna beat that
Wait,
skinny.
hold up, hold up, hold up,
He
hold
gonna
up,
beat
hold
that.
up,
He
hold
gonna
up,
beat
hold
that
up, hold
dude
up, hold
body,
up,
man. He gonna beat
hold
that
up,
dude
man.
body, man.
Hold up, man. So, hold up. You calling him Chenny because he got knocked out by one person?
Nah, they ain't what I call. I call him Chenny because every time he get touched by any fighter, he get knocked down and wobble.
You talking about Erson Lubin?
Yeah.
All right, so hold on. He got okay. So I know he got knocked out by Charlo. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
He got buzzed by Gaucher and
Mm-hmm.
Rosario. Both
Exactly.
of them are known to hit people. Are known to be able to hit
Yeah.
because Gaucher his next fight he knocked out Jamonte Clark, and we saw
Mm-hmm.
In
what
like the
Jason
second
Rosario
round.
did to my man Julian.
Y'all
So
like
Right.
you know what I
Lubin?
mean?
Y'all like
Yeah,
Lubin?
man. That's
What
my
y'all like
dude.
about him? Tell me what you like about him.
But he can box. He
Feed
can
him
box his
to me,
ass
He's
off.
man.
fast. He's strong.
Feed him to me.
He has very good IQ in the ring, man. He actually knows what the fuck he's doing there, man. He's actually
Mm-hmm.
surgical at times when he wants to be. He can box, he can bang, he can punch, he's
Mm-hmm.
fast. You know what I'm saying? He's athletic in there. I like it. And like I said, his brain as a boxer is what gets him over. Like, this is my thing. I've known Hammer for a long time, right? So when they started talking about him, at first he was losing. He was losing a lot. Right? But then
Talking the amateurs.
yeah,
Yeah.
and while he was within the amateurs, it just clicked for him. And when it clicked for him, he just started winning everything, beating every single body. Anybody from around here that knows Erson Lubin can tell you, yeah, he just started beating. He just started running shit off on everybody. Cubans, it doesn't matter who it was, he was beating everybody's ass. And that boxing knowledge took him from the amateurs right to the pros. That's why he got to the Charlo so fast, because his boxing ability is amazing. Now, personally, I sparred Erson Lubin before, and Mike's account of the sparring session was he said I kind of stunned him. I felt like we was having good work in that job. I felt like it was a little bit of playful banter, but then we start talking a little bit more shit. I stepped it up a little bit. I do remember stepping up. I do remember stepping up a little bit, and I'll touch him like, all right, look, okay, I get it. You Erson Lubin, you Hammer, bro, but fuck that. I'm me. And you know what I'm saying? That is what it is. But I do have to say, the young man can box his ass off, without a doubt.
I think what ticked me off about him when I first seen him fighting, when he fought Jamel, when he started acting so fucking arrogant and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna lay this dude down. Even though a lot of boxers does it, but his just went way over the top, way
He
over.
did.
I say I
He
hope
did.
Charlo knock this nigga until tomorrow and that's what he did. And simple as that. I don't
You
give
got
a
your
fuck who
wisdom,
don't
man.
like it.
He was
And,
trying. He
Oh,
was trying his
man.
You know
hardest.
what I mean?
I think he was trying his hardest to be the villain. And you know
Mhm.
the villain said that's the thing. When you a
Yeah.
black man in this sport here, the villain sells.
Mhm.
That's the biggest thing. Like you look at Floyd. Floyd was the villain for a long
Mhm.
time, and that's why Floyd is a multimillionaire like he is.
He
Andre
embraced it.
Ward,
Exactly.
exactly. He embraced it. Andre Ward is equally, if not more, talented than Floyd was, and he's paid. Let's
Mhm.
not get that wrong. He's paid, but he's nowhere near Floyd paid, and he could and should be. He
Mhm.
was a gold medalist Olympic. Why
The
isn't he
last
paid like
real
Floyd
gold
is?
medalist.
Thank you. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So why isn't he paid? But it's not because he doesn't have the time to back it up. His mouthpiece just isn't like Floyd's. He doesn't cuss. You know what I'm saying? He speaks on God a lot, man. He lets everybody know. Like he's a very humble champion.
Mhm.
That's an amazing feat to have when you've
Mhm.
been this good for this long. I haven't lost since I was like, I forgot what age he was, but I haven't lost in years.
Mhm.
13. I haven't lost since I was 13. He's like 30, nah, he's like 40. Is he 40?
Mhm.
Late 30s.
In his late 30s. Regardless, that's
Mhm.
years and years
That's
not
still a
losing.
long
He still
time.
remains humble. He's an amazing talent as you know
Mhm.
as a boxer. And he
Mhm.
does his commentary like I can't lie to when I lost to Demetrius Andre, man. I kind of was I was a little embarrassed and upset
Well, shit, you
because
really don't want
he
to
was
hear what I
talking about
gotta
that
say
shit.
about him. So we might as well skip
Yeah, I
this
mean,
shit.
nah, you can talk about Andre. You can talk about Andre all you want.
But now, me saying that before you guys cut me off, I really think Lubin gonna beat the shit out of Pandora. He gonna bang him to his body because that last fight he had was the draw to me.
I thought he lost that joint.
Yeah, I think
Exactly. It
Yeah,
could,
he
yeah.
went either way.
Fundora.
He could have went either way.
Yeah, I thought he lost that
With
joint.
Fundora, I mean, it's going to be Hammond's going to have plenty of opportunities to try to like hit him with an overhand left
Mm-hmm.
and definitely beat their body. Only thing is because Fundora likes to be in close for some
Yeah,
odd reason, being
yeah.
6'7",
9 foot
and you can hit
tall
somebody
one
from
being
across the
about
ring. Yeah, you can hit somebody. You can hit somebody from across the ring. I mean, I don't understand why people insist on being that close when they're that tall.
yeah.
But
Mike, don't look at me when you say that. Don't look at me when you
Right.
say that, man.
Right. Let me tell you.
Look at him. Look at him.
That's right. I got a question for Mike, man.
You not the only one, Joe. You're not the only
Yeah.
one.
That's right. I got a question for Mike, man. I was watching that Mastery fight, man. I think it was the first or second round. How was a guy your size, that tall, able to get that left cross, short control burst joint? I think that's the shot that knocked him down in the second round.
Yeah, second round.
Where did that come from? Because usually long, tall guys like yourself, man, don't have that skill level to bring that joint right across like a slingshot, man. That joint was mean.
Yeah, it was one of those, last second adjustments to the punch. Just, he threw a right hand. I know he's coming forward, so I already knew, I'm gonna shorten this jump just because if I send it over him, he gonna get up under me. So when he threw his right hand, I kind of I knocked it down. I like swatted down a bit, and then I could see where he was coming in. So I threw the punch to where his head was headed instead of like punching at where he is. You
Right
punch
on the
where
button.
they going. So when I knocked the punch down, he kind of stumbled in. He had to take an extra step because he missed. That's where the punch met him. I had to twist it like real tight because he came in real close. So I just I twisted the punch real tight, turned my body with it, and he sat him down.
Right. And I
Gotcha.
think Lennox
Y'all see
Lewis
how
was impressed
cerebral-
with that, man.
No boy, do you see how cerebral that explanation of a punch was? This is just one punch, mind you. Just one punch in around August 7th of this year. That was months ago. You see how cerebral that was? That's why we call him the professor.
That's right. Professor Mike was this classes in session, man.
That's why we call him the professor.
Welcome to the Rebuttal
this is what you gotta think
Entertainment,
about. Exactly. This is what you gotta think about. In those moments, and not in those moments, excuse me. Maybe 2 to 3 moments, 2 or 3 seconds of Mike seeing the punch and seeing his face. He thought all of that to land this punch at this distance, with this velocity, with that much power, to put this man down. That's some cerebral stuff, and like that's just how it is. Like when you get in, like people talk about the zone all the time. That's Mike Fox being completely and utterly in the zone. Because when you get in the zone, everything slows down. So for him to have all of those thoughts right then and there, it just goes to show you where Mike's brain is, as opposed to some of those other people. Where he's the level he's thinking on when he's fighting. You know what I'm saying? That's like I said. That's why we call him the professor. He's explained that punch, but I think today he explained it in more detail. He's never really explained it like that. So maybe he had time to practice that explanation. but I know. But listen, I'm gonna give him credit and say this is how he thinks all the time. Because this. If you ever watch Mike spar anybody, this is one of the most accurate people.
Yeah, I got you, man. I got you. Welcome to the Rebuttal Entertainment, y'all. We got the Fox brothers in the house. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You know what I mean? They ain't here talking shit about Keith Thurman. I'm gonna have to make a call in a minute. You know what I mean? Put him on his panel. You know what I mean? Nah, man, we from DC, baby. We don't duck no rack here. Tell them, Mike.
Right.
We ain't got time.
Forceville finest,
yeah, exactly, man. Tony say, who do you consider to have been both of y'all your toughest opponents, gentlemen? This young lady.
Man, my toughest opponent is probably my last.
Your last one, okay.
My last opponent probably was my toughest opponent.
My toughest opponent. I say. Well, I gotta give it to Shojahan Ergashev from Uzbekistan, because I mean he was bar none the hardest puncher I've been in the ring with, and like the way he fought versus the way I fought, we're both trying to do two completely different things, so it made it very difficult. Plus he had a lot of punch power that you have to you got to respect. So he's coming like when he comes in, he ain't trying to like punch you. He's like trying to punch through you. Like
okay,
if he can get a shot over, if he can land a shot to the body, he's trying to pop that shot through your back. All that. So it gotta be Shodan Ergashev. He just won over in Russia. So shout out to him. He's like 19-0 now. 18 knockouts or 17 knockouts. So
something like that.
Yeah. We went to a unanimous decision. I lost unanimous decision. I thought it was a close fight. I actually had to watch it a second time before I could say I thought I might have pulled that joint off. I boxed really good, but he was coming forward. He was trying to throw a left hand from hell. He landed a few of them, but I was hell bent on not getting hit with him.
I hear that, chat. Yeah. Jamal said, "Yeah, Lou, you hear that? They talking that shit about my man. Oh, he is Shakur fan.
Shit.
Yeah.
Shakur, you don't like Shakur?
Yeah, I like he all right, man. See, let me tell y'all about me, man. I don't get nobody that I don't get nobody eye test. I know you good and stuff like that, but to me, you got to fight the A-class fighters for me to let you know where you stand at. Man, that's just me.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna give you I'm not gonna give you no car fight, no C-class fight. I don't give a fuck. He fought her. I mean, he fought an old motherfucking Marine. You know what I mean? And in the fight before that, he fought a guy that hit him and punched him so fucking hard. He was like, "Oh, everybody's seen the national TV. You never do this." Oh man, he hit me with that punch, man. I like, man, fuck that. I don't like getting hit in the face. Well, why you boxing? That just drew me out there. I know he's talented, but I want to see him in 2 years. He probably be the best fighter in boxing. You know what I mean? He probably be the best fighter, but I don't get no fighter.
So you like him and dislike him at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what, Tez, you took the words right out of my mouth. But I think one thing, me and Big Fella, we disagree. We agree on a lot of stuff. We disagree on a lot of stuff also. But one thing we remain firm on is I'm firm, but I'm fair. Exactly. If you show me the money, I'll show it to you back. And I'm not going to underpraise you or overpraise you. I'm going to stay right in the middle. And when you show me that you could beat some of the top echelon fighters, I'll give you the credit. I'll be the first to say that. When you guys came on the show, one of the first things I said was the best fighting the best. And that's what really made me have a high respect for you guys, because you get it. You don't give a fuck who you fight. Just look, line them up. Right. And I just get so irritated with protecting. And I'm not going to call no names out, but I just give credit where credit is due. And I give you guys credit for fighting the best. You know what I'm saying? With the best that they put in front of you. And I respect that to the fullest, man, about you guys.
I appreciate that very much.
Definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, Earth want to know, Fox is Shakur really flat-footed? People keep saying that.
No, no, no. Like the
I
thing
don't
is,
think so.
the thing about Shakur is he moves only as much as he needs to. So if you're applying a lot of pressure, he's gonna move more. If
Mm-hmm.
you're applying a little bit of pressure, he won't move. But which makes sense. You don't want to burn your leg. You don't want to burn your legs out moving excessively. So no, flat footed no, because like he can like he'll jump when he like people are stepping with their first parts, he jumps back and he like clears half the ring. You can't do that as a flat footed fighter.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Kevin Shan say Team Triple G. He like he
I
like he
like
like
Triple G.
he like Triple G. You know what I mean? Dude like 90 years old, scared to fight people now, but it is it will. 54 be scrapping. Yeah, they be scrapping, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot of stuff going on in boxing, man. Boxing is where it's at now, man. And the fights they ain't gonna get no, they ain't gonna get no, they gonna get tougher. They gonna keep
Yeah.
getting tougher, man. And y'all two in, like I said, y'all two in the toughest, one or two of the toughest division of boxing. And I give
Yeah,
y'all
absolutely.
kudos for that shit, man. I mean,
Yeah.
because who out here gonna go out there and get to fighting these motherfuckers? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Morrell look like
Mhm.
that motherfucker look like he supposed to be 75 pounds. You know
Nah,
what
That
I
he looked
mean?
boy,
like he was
hey,
about
listen, let me
200
say
in the
something.
ring, man.
I
And
saw,
look,
man, my father was worried. He was like, "Yeah, man, maybe you got an IV." I'm like, maybe he did, but the bottom line is we about to fight now. If he did get an IV, bro, I gotta work. We gotta work
Yeah.
here, so we ain't really
exactly.
worried about that shit, man. He big or not. That's why my father said it immediately, man. Don't let this big motherfucker hit you. And I mean, you know what I'm saying? That was what I was trying to do. I was definitely trying to make sure he don't hit me. You know what I'm saying? I felt like he was getting frustrated because he was missing. He wasn't hitting me readily. But
Hmm.
the bottom line is I should have won
Hmm.
that jump on task, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
Hmm.
my fault.
Hey, it is what it is, man. You get back in the ring and
Yeah.
keep doing it. Eric
That's
say,
right.
get Ruckus ass.
They call him Uncle Ruckus.
Because
That's funny as shit.
Eric a comedian in this motherfucker. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? He used to be a Boy Scout. So that's why he like that. Mayweather seen something in him. He just been unlucky, I think.
Who you talking
Um,
about?
I don't know who you talking about. Who you
You
talking
talking
about,
about
boxing
Erickson Lubin?
enthusiast? Yeah, he's talking about Lubin. Yep, exactly. You right, Lubin.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Lubin. Yeah, I think.
Kevin Cunningham
I
helped him
think
out
he's
a lot,
unlucky right
man.
there.
Kevin
He's unlucky
Cunningham
that
helped
one
him out a
time.
lot.
That's it.
That solo fight was way too early for him. Yeah,
Hmm.
it way
Facts,
too early,
Kevin.
man.
Facts.
I mean, but
Yeah.
hold on, like when people say that, that's the only thing I don't understand. Is like he got caught in the first round. He got caught with a shot. Like the shot he got caught with, he's not going to take it better now that he's 26 or 27. That was just
Hmm.
he made a
Yeah.
move.
It just was a
Charlo
unique
delivered a
shot.
shot. He
Yeah.
didn't show like it wasn't enough time to show in that fight that he didn't belong in the ring with
Hmm.
Charlo. Charlo caught him with a
Right.
good shot. He set it up. It was a good shot. Hammer
Hmm.
didn't take it well, but
Hmm.
I wouldn't say it was too early just because like I was talking to I got Bernard Hackett. That's Jalil Hackett's father. Y'all be on the lookout for him. He said like out of all the boxers in the world, he said only like 5% of them get shots at world titles, and that probably rings about true. So I mean, when the opportunity presented itself, was Hammer supposed to say, "Nah, Al, I'm not ready yet." What you would worry about a fighter that would say something like that.
Right.
You wouldn't
Hmm.
want
You
to fight. You
definitely
Yeah.
wouldn't
worry
want to
about
put.
somebody
You
like
wouldn't
that. You
want to
don't want to
invest in a
fight like
fighter.
that.
You ain't gonna
Hmm.
invest in a fighter that's like, nah, it's too early. Nah, not
Scary.
yet.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're not
scared.
because you're
Right.
not. Yeah, like so
You're
when
not
the
here for that.
opportunity presents itself, you gotta take it. And
I'm
Hammer
here to
did.
work.
And I mean,
Hmm.
and credit to Charlo, he remains undefeated still.
Yeah,
Nah,
facts, man.
no, he
When
Facts.
not.
Charlo
He
when Charlo
lost.
undefeated,
I
Mike.
mean,
He
ooh,
lost
nah,
to
my
Tony
bad.
Harrison.
Nah,
Nah,
Yeah,
he
man,
I forgot
lost.
about the.
he
I
lost
forgot about the Tony
after
Harrison fight. I'm
Mayweather
sorry.
is where I judge him from, man. I say he undefeated after Mayweather. That's what I say. I see what you're saying, Mike. I was the
Yeah.
same way. I'm saying he undefeated after Mayweather.
Hmm. He talking about Charlo at 54. He talking about Jamel. Jamel not undefeated.
Oh,
He lost to Harrison. Um,
Yeah, that's what I
Ke-
meant. That's my bad. I still confuse the twins
What's
sometimes.
y'all think about that Tony Harrison fight, man?
man, it was a good fight. But they was record.
I think
That
both
that
fights was
first
good
fight
fights.
was good fight, and the second fight was real good fight, man.
I
You
felt
know
like
what
the
I mean?
second fight was a good fight. I
I
think
thought
Tony just
Harrison
got
was winning
caught
that fight
this
before he
week.
got
I thought
stopped.
he was too. I looked at the
Yeah,
card. Them
yeah. You
cards,
know what?
them cards
I
been
think
trying
he
to
was
adjust
too,
out.
though. I think he was too. But
Yeah.
you know, what I mean, the Castano 2 fight coming up in February. What you think?
Um,
That's a
honestly,
good ass fight,
yeah,
man.
hell of a
yeah,
fight,
but I was
Tez.
but that's the thing I see about that fight is, you know, the way that Castaño fights, he's probably gonna do the same thing he did the last fight. If Charlo makes any adjustments, I could see Charlo
knocking him out.
knocking him out. Like I would probably
Exactly.
pick Charlo honestly, I would pick Charlo by knockout this time. I don't see Castaño making a bunch of adjustments. He's gonna be coming forward trying to impose his will.
Yeah.
I think Charlo will be a little better prepared for that. His jab might be a little
So
harder.
I mean,
Walk
he
him
might
into a
do a
right
better
hand.
job. I mean, but let me ask you this, Mike. What adjustments does Castaño can he make? You know what I'm saying, for that? Like, okay, so we found out that he can't dodge lead uppercut, right? We realized that was Castaño's punch the whole time he's standing up. Uppercut, body shot, or body shot, uppercut every time, right? Lead hand. What adjustments does Castaño make? I mean, when that was your money. Like, I'm talking about money. Like,
Yeah.
I'm talking about he landed that joint late maybe 95% of the time he threw it.
But I think, that instance, he's probably gonna the adjustment he making is gonna be where he probably tried to throw that shot. He'll definitely try to. I think he'll definitely try to get Charlo close to the ropes before he throws it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because you're gonna have to be within his jab range. You gotta be inside of that. You gotta beat that hand back. So
Right.
he'll probably try to do it up against the ropes when there's not a lot of places for Charlo to move.
Man, trying to kill our ears, man.
Yeah, we hear all that, man.
But yeah, man, I just look at the boxing world right now, man. It's in good hands, man. You know what I'm saying? We went through the pandemic, man. That's one thing I didn't get a chance to ask you guys. How did the pandemic hurt you guys? You know, when it first came out, how did you guys fare in that whole pandemic thing?
Man, it was kind of rough. I mean, I'll say this: in the beginning of it, you know, we didn't have a gym accessible to us. Like, you know, the owner of the gym we were at, he shut it down completely, and we were like, all right, you don't want the kids in there. I respect that, but you know, we still professional fighters. And once the boxing started back up by, you know, with Top Rank and stuff, you know, he let us get back into the gym. But the month and a half, 2 months off, I like completely not being able to do much except going outside and working out and running and things like that. You know, boxers lose their timing. We didn't have you know, we live in a condo. We can't just put a bunch of workout equipment in here. You know, neighbors going to complain like a mug. I wouldn't blame them.
Exactly, man. You right, man.
But I say, and then yeah, and I say my time and stuff suffered because of the forced leave of absence from the ring and from the gym. Just because, I mean, before the pandemic, I was fighting 4 times a year regularly, like from 2014 to 2019, 4 times a year, fighting just like that, you know. And your fighter gets, I'm a young fighter, you get used to a schedule like that, and it's not too taxing, you know. 4 fights a year, I thought that was a great pace for me, and you know, having to go from that to not even being
nothing
able to train, at all. No good. Right. That wasn't no good for me.
It definitely wasn't no good for me, man. I gained a whole 20 pounds, dog.
Damn.
But that was my fault. I would say that, like, you know what I'm saying, I was working out, but not as much. I'm in here playing Call of Duty, man, eating cookies, eating all types of trash. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing when we gonna get back to it. You know what I'm saying? For real. I mean, and I just fought December 22nd, 2019. So, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't depressed or nothing. I just was like, man, I don't know when I'm gonna be fighting again. Man. So I was eating my way up. I put 20 pounds on like it wasn't nothing.
Damn. That's why I like Tez. He honest, man. He ain't sugarcoat shit in the mouth, eating cookies and shit, man, and all kind of stuff. He straight up with it.
I ain't lying, man. Yeah, it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until I looked at myself. I got on the scale one day. I'm like, oh my god, this shit did 198.6. But what the fuck are you doing? But then we finally got to the gym. I just got my shit together. Like, let's do this, man. It took me like 2 weeks to lose. I lost like 15 pounds. I ain't lose the whole 20. I lost about 15 pounds. And I started looking at myself again. I love the eye bet. We good. Let's go. And then, you know, so they started calling some fights again. We because of the pandemic stuff, they were calling us on backup a lot. They weren't calling us on, oh yeah, we got to fight for you this day. They were like, all right, well, we'll put you on backup for these 2 guys. How you feel about that? I'm like, shit, all right, man, you gonna pay me too? You gonna pay me to weigh in?
Right.
cool. I'm here. I got y'all. You know what I mean? It wasn't really enough. That wasn't really enough. I'm ready to work anyway. Like we just ain't camp. I'm ready to fight. I'm like, man, you know, we might get an opportunity or the opportunity of a lifetime during this pandemic stuff because at any given time somebody could have COVID.
Exactly.
Yeah, so, exactly.
Once I got my shit together,
exactly. And we're gonna come back to this because I want y'all to something I told Lou and stuff like that, and I want y'all to answer the question. But let's get to these questions. Kevin E in the house, he said the line between love and hate on Shakur. Yeah, the thin line. Earth say Ruckers don't like no black boxers. He like long hair, light skinned fighters who can crack versus C-level fighters called Keith. That's
crazy.
That dude is stupid. Rebuttal, aka Uncle Walker, don't like Shakur, Lubin, Bud, Haney, Earl, and Triple G.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute.
So anybody who's making some noise in the sport, he's not for rebuttal.
Last I look, Keith Thurman is black, Eric. No, Jamal say the same thing. They some hate nigga. Lou don't like no damn body but ponytail Keith Thurman. How about Jamal Shallow, Tank Davis? Y'all ain't give me benefit of the doubt, champ. Come on, man. Gary West Virginia. You know what I mean? I like them all, champ. Y'all gotta stop playing, man. I'm gonna stop reading y'all motherfucking comments in a minute. You know what I mean? Mr. Man say, what y'all thoughts on Caleb Plant?
Caleb Plant is a hell of a boxer, man.
Very
you know what I'm saying?
boxer.
He's a hell of a boxer that met up with Canelo, Joe. No one else has beat Canelo besides Floyd. So how can you? I mean, you know what? I'll take that back. I feel like I feel like Triple G beat Canelo that first time.
Okay.
But I mean, they called it a draw.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I feel like Triple G definitely beat him.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you know what I'm saying? I can't be mad at Caleb Plant. He's been boxing. He's been doing his thing for a long time, man. That Uzcategui win, that right there showed me how good the man actually was.
No, okay.
I can go with that.
Kevin Shan said he won't take it better, but he more seasoned though, and more knowledgeable to make that move to get corporate there. He talking about Erson Lubin.
Oh, I haven't. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He got Castano. You're gonna lose your house, champ. How do you rate Josh Taylor?
Man,
hell of a boxer.
He's great. He's a great boxer. And you know he's big. He's big as hell. Like he's like taller than. Yeah. He's taller than Crawford and probably taller than a lot of the welterweights. I mean, but so long as he can get down to 140, he can get down to 140. There's still some fights to make down there. Yeah, he's a big junior welterweight. He's definitely a big junior welterweight, and he got good skills. You know, the guy, tough. He got some inside. Well, he knows how to set people up when they try to get inside to him. Like that uppercut he hit Ramirez with. I'm like, God damn.
I want to see what he do at 147. You know what I'm saying? I'm curious to see that. You know how
he'll
he
gonna
do.
Now, honestly, I think he'll move into 47. I ain't gonna say easy, but it's gonna be He won't that. I don't think there's gonna be a big. Oh man, is that extra 7 pounds? What's that gonna do to him? Because he looks like he gets to about 170.
Oh yeah, but he's not 40. This gonna be his last fight at 40. He ain't fighting at 40 no more. He can't make that weight.
Yeah, it's hard. He a big boy at to make 140, man.
Definitely a big dude. I mean, I didn't see. Well, I mean, I would have to be around. I haven't seen signs of him struggling to make the weight, but I mean, we'll go with
we also aren't in this camp.
Yeah, we'll go. He's going to whatever the best option for him is. What he going to do?
Yeah, Box enthusiast, Box enthusiast from UK. He tell us all the time, Josh killing himself to make that weight.
I mean, that might know better than me. I can't say he ain't.
Yeah. Kevin say Harrison said to see this is he hate all black people period. So I'm gonna put it that way. This guy hate all black people. Harrison set the blueprint and he's very beat. This dude he voted for Bush, Trump, and all of them. His favorite fighter is Triple G and Lomachenko.
Shit.
Them are two favorite fighters, Triple G and Lomachenko. No joke.
Like Jake Paul too, huh?
Yeah, Jake Paul too. Exactly. KJ in the house. They say one thing fights at 168 thoughts on KJ. Yeah, they just told you, champ. Man, so let me ask y'all this. I was telling Lou, I've been doing. We had a segment. We talking about the pandemic since he brought it up, and I told them, now it might be another pandemic, right? And I say, if I was Cambosa, I wouldn't go fight Haney. And then why, Lou? Because we're gonna make it. WBC just said just now, Devin Haney is not the champ no more. He's a interim something. See, we need to get rid of them motherfuckers, period. But anyway, the pandemic, I'm fighting the guys to make the money to feed my family.
Yeah.
Forget the belts. The belt's gonna be there. What do you think about that?
You say he shouldn't fight Haney?
He should fight to make the most money.
Whatever fight makes the most
Davis
money.
or Lomachenko to make the most money. That's me. What do you think?
If I was him, I feel the same way. Make the most money. This is prize fighting. My advisor says me all the time, this is prize fighting. We're not here just to just to entertain. We are here to entertain, but I'm here to make more money for my family as well.
Exactly.
So, bottom line is I am gonna put myself in the best positions possible. You know what I'm saying? So even now, after these losses, I'm doing the same thing, trying to put myself in the best position possible. But I'm still winning. But that for me, the best position possible is going to be fighting the best opposition because it's going to give me the most money.
Yeah,
I think the fight with since Campbell he got 3 belts. I think
actually 4. Actually 4. He said Haney's not the champ no more. He just said.
So if he's undisputed, he's gonna make good money regardless of who he fight. But I think the 2 biggest money fights are probably Haney. No. It's gonna be Haney and Tank. Haney just because Matchroom, like Eddie Hearn, he be throwing them British coins out
but
there.
But they stopped that though. They just stopped that. Remember?
Did they?
Haney don't make that $4 million no more.
Oh.
Yeah, the zone been capped that.
Oh, yeah.
I know that.
I might not know that. I didn't know that part of it.
Yeah.
So okay, well then Tank and Loma. Then it would probably be Tank and Loma. That's if Bob's trying to pay.
Yeah, I would be in the mindset of what Trez and what Big Fella said, man. I want the most money because, like you say, this pandemic is a mutating virus and it's changing course every time they think about it. And we don't know what's going on, where it's going to be at in the next couple of weeks, months, years, whatever. So I will go for the money so I can stack it up like a squirrel and nuts, and so I can have some for when it's time if we was to not come out of this pandemic. So I would go with that.
Exactly.
100% with you. What you say, Mike?
I think you're on mute again. Oh no, I hear you. My bad.
No, I can hear you. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. What old school fighter do you guys watch? Eric said, do y'all study film a lot of new fighters act like they don't? Like that the style. I don't like it. Great things to do for your career. Do you watch film with new style fighters?
I love watching old fights.
So I watch a lot of film. I used to watch. Well, I definitely during the pandemic, I was watching a lot of Holyfield, Pernell Whitaker.
Michael Nunn.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one, Tez. I like that.
Yeah. Listen. That boy. Hey, listen. And the thing is, we got to talk to Joe Guzman about that, right? And he just like, man, you see, he lost to James Toney right after he left me. I'm like, for real? Yeah. I did not know that. He said, yeah, you look. I'm like, damn, because I mean, he was looking great in that fight until James Toney caught him. You know what I'm saying? But when I watch Michael Nunn, I realized he's using his left, he's using his feet, he's using both well with power. He's one of the people in the shots like I don't know what. He was an amazing boxer. He had amazing footwork and amazing, you know what I'm saying? I guess I wouldn't say ring generalship, but ring prowess. His ability to see stuff before it happens. It made all. Are you shaking your head? Oh, no.
I'm laughing at this stupid ass comment right here, man. These motherfuckers stupid as shit, man.
I read that joke.
You read it? You saw this?
Yeah.
What did he say?
If Devin becomes undisputed, Rebuttal would shut down for a week. That's hilarious. But look, let me say, during the pandemic, I watched like a lot of fights that I realized I never watched. I watched both fights with Montel Griffin and James Toney, and both fights with Montel and Roy. I watched both fights with Vernon Forrest and Shane. I watched Roy versus John Ruiz. I just was watching a bunch of fights when I didn't have any clients or anything. I was just watching. I watched so many fights.
That's
I
good,
watched so
man.
many fights, man. I watched Holyfield versus Dwight Kawhi. I watched both of those.
Oh man, that was a good one there,
That's a
Mike.
great
I
ass
just
fight, man.
yeah,
It's
and
a
I
great
realized
fight to
like
watch.
I realized like man, it's so much like as much boxing as I watch, I've only watched like a fraction of like how many great fights
All
there
the
was.
fights, exactly. As many fights as it is, man. There's no way to watch all this
Yeah.
good ass work that's been out here.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
that's basically how I was just at least training my mind, keep my mind sharp. I could boxing been ingrained in us for so long that it wasn't nothing for me to just watch them fight.
Let me ask you two.
I'm watching what they knew.
Go ahead. Let me ask you two gentlemen this, because you guys are older than us and everything, right?
Okay.
Who's the winner? I mean, who do you think win? Who do you think won the fight between Ray and Hagler?
That's always the goal.
I like that, young fella.
I think Ray won on split decision. That's just my point of view.
I also pick Ray.
Boo, boo.
Yeah, I'm going that one.
I thought Hagler was that dog. He carried the whole fight. He went forward for 12. What was it? 15 rounds.
Going forward don't win you the fight, man.
They did 12. Ray made sure they did 12.
And he cut. Ray had the fight tailor-made for him. He had the ring cut off. He had the lighting of the pillows on the ring post. All that. I thought Hagler won that fight. I watched it probably 50,000 million times, and I still come with the same decision, Tez and Mike. Hagler in a split decision. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it.
I said it was Hagler. I see why you gotta beat the champion. You have to beat the champion, and that's what Hagler said. You're supposed to have to beat the champion, bro. Now, you know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to skate past that. And I don't feel like Ray skated past it, but I feel like he did a lot of hitting and running, a lot of hitting and holding, a lot of like I'm gonna steal the round at the end of the round. If the whole round I'm touching you, I'm touching the body, I'm touching you upstairs. You ain't. I'm not gonna say Ray was running, but he was skating that line between running and boxing. I can't lie to you. And Ray, and I would say this: I've taken a picture of Ray. Ray Leonard is one of my favorite fighters forever. You know what I'm saying? He'll have a place in my heart and a place in my Hall of Fame forever. But the bottom line is I don't feel like he beat Hagler.
Well, I'm gonna have to pull out my VHS tape and watch it again because I still got that on VHS.
Damn. Did you just age yourself like that?
Yeah. Hey, look, this dude is he living in the dinosaur ages,
I was alive to watch the death of the VCR. I was alive to the death of the
Hey man, hey, I still got all that shit. I ain't throwing none of that shit away, man. Dragon Ball Z shit, VCR on that. Mr. Man say
That nigga said VCR. Damn.
How do we know what Devin is actually getting? Nobody knows that. Let's talk about Devin Haney. I know we got a couple more minutes with the Fox brothers, man. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, get them questions in because we're not gonna hold these guys. MYKAL in there, making all that noise, cooking pancakes this late.
Hey man, it's Tez. I ain't cooking pancakes.
Oh, that's Tez on my fault. Tez in there cooking some seafood. So what y'all think about Devin Haney? Let's get it out the way, man. What do you think about Devin Haney?
He's a very sharp boxer, dude. Like, I did an interview in Vegas. Somebody asked me about him. He ain't cracking like that. Okay, so what? But he's a very sharp fighter. He's hard to hit. And he's the dark horse of that division just because he's in a division with Tank and Teofimo and Ryan Garcia.
Stop that noise, Daddy coming.
I put his box skills. I'll put his box skills against any of those guys, but I mean, that's just, he don't, and my thing is, somebody needs to tell Devin, look, don't worry about what people saying about how you not knocking nobody out. You are still beating these dudes handily. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Mama.
He just saw me cooking, and you got the kids and all in the back. Oh, man, come on with that. Getting crazy out there, baby.
Hey, Tez, you looking like a real chef without the apron over there, dog.
Man.
Yes, sir. We're just gonna make some seafood or whatever.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, man, we really appreciate you guys for stopping through, man. Really, it wasn't hard for us to find you, man. And that's what I like. It wasn't hard for us to find you guys, man. So if you guys are out there, man, let's get these last couple.
Let me get these last couple of joints up in here. You know what I mean? And
do it.
Gentlemen, the former
Let's
boxing
go.
legend would like would you like to fight? Tony, if you asked a crazy question.
Mm-hmm.
What former boxing legend y'all like to fight?
A former boxing legend.
Yeah.
I would love no. My favorite is Hagler. I would love to fight Hagler.
That's
Okay.
a good one.
The grit and heart he showed in every fight just makes me. It will make me like it will make me box to my best ability or bang with him like I need to. It will make me make whatever adjustment I need to make to fight him and beat him. But I love Marvin Hagler because he came from the most humble of beings, fighting for $400. I told my brother that I said, "Bro, you're gonna have a hell of a story when you become a world champion, bro. You was fighting for $400 and $500 a fight before you became world champion. Before you start fighting for these millions."
Yeah.
Hagler the same way. I'm a construction worker. I'm fighting for $400 and $500 checks. That's some serious shit. That's some serious grind. Some serious heart to make it that far. He's definitely one of my heroes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good question though. To all-time legend, I would like to fight.
And Floyd.
Of course, Floyd. I mean, yeah, Floyd, but I think that's everybody says that. I don't know, man. Y'all had to come back to me on that one.
All right, we got you. We got you. Boxer Stu say his one of his favorite was Julian Jackson.
Julian the Hawk
I
Jackson.
love Julian Jackson.
Look, you gotta understand. You gotta say
Watch
that name,
him,
Hawk Jackson. You can't just say Julian. You gotta say Julian the Hawk Jackson.
Hawk.
Man.
The Hawk.
We met Julian Jackson, man. He's such like a really mellow dude. He punch as hard as he punched. You know, we met him. We shook his hand and everything. We like, hey, how you doing, champ?
Shake his hand and ring the power out into my hand.
He just like, hey, how you know, island dude. Say, hey, man, how y'all doing? Respect. Thank you, blah, blah, blah. Take a picture with him and everything, man. It was crazy. I mean, and the thing is, I mean, he's older now, but I mean, dude has some gray hair, but he still like he might be still throwing the right hand. Boom!
He like nodding the right.
My heart breaks for the days. Like, man, some old dude talking about his name, Julian Jackson. Like I'm supposed to know who he is. You got your fight with him.
Relax, young.
What he do to you?
Exactly.
Right. I'm surprised you ain't in the hospital. I woke up a couple days. I woke up a couple hours later. What I'm saying.
Yeah, man, that's funny. He said Ray boxed is a hell of a fight when he fought Hagler. Eric said you got to think like this: if I study moves that these other fighters don't watch, how can they prepare for me if I add that to my toolbox? You know what I mean?
I mean that's why I watch like when I get a fight, I watch my opponents. I watch Ward. I watch a lot of the technicians. I try to watch all them guys, Ward, Floyd, things like that. I'm always watching, you know, because you always can. It's something you can pick up from anybody. Like I'm 6'4", but if it's something that a 5'1" guy, a certain punch or something that a 5'1" guy doesn't, I mean, I'll try. Like, you know, with my frame, how would I make that joint work? You know what I mean?
Yeah, Pernell's my favorite.
Pernell Whitaker is always gonna be one of my favorite fighters to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Defensively,
between Pernell and Michael Nunn, like if Michael Nunn wasn't a southpaw, I would mimic my whole style after him. That's the only. I still probably could, but I'm just saying that dude just had it to me, man.
I know that's
he's on
right.
He's on the same team.
Mike versus Tommy Hearn.
Yeah, I like that. The Hitman versus Mike.
We can do that. I don't want to fight him in Detroit though, man. I don't want no hometown. We got to fight in a neutral location.
No hometown location.
New York.
I like that, man. The professor versus the Hitman.
West, you know what I'm saying?
Oh man!
Shout out to the Hitman.
Yeah, man.
No, man. He throw right. He could throw. Like everybody we naming. Everybody we naming that had hellified right hands.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Julian Jackson, Tommy Hearn.
Well, I was trying to learn that, man. I've been trying to learn that for a long time.
Yeah. I used to like I watched him fight for Pino Cuevas. I mean, I watched the tape of it. I wasn't there. I watched him fight for Pino Cuevas and how he set up his right hand on that one.
So
I've watched that. I've tried to do it. Like, so all I gotta do is just put my hand on this shoulder right here. I'm about to sit in this jump. You know what I'm saying? I don't get that result.
I never get that reaction, bro.
That's the result I wanted, but like
everybody wanted a result.
It was a good punch. It was a good punch, but it didn't land the way I needed. It didn't do that reaction.
I'm gonna tell y'all what I think. was one of the most backhanded compliments he said to it was who was it, Mike? What was the announcer's name?
Joe Goosen?
No, I'm talking about the announcer. He said, man, Tommy Hearns is an incredible
he's an incredible specimen from the waist up. That was
I was
funny.
like, damn, bro.
He said, "Yo, you ain't got no type of legs, bro." That's all he meant by that.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at his body, the Bama was cut up like he was chopping wood.
Even now,
I swear to God, I might start chopping wood right now, bro.
Even now, at like whatever age he is, back still real wide, legs still real skinny. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, he older now, y'all. I mean, he probably get one off.
Hello.
He get one off on some average Joe.
He probably still got that jab too.
Hell yeah.
The last question of the day, man. Boston it through to say, what you think of Prince Nassim Muhammad?
For entertainment value, amazing. You know what I'm saying? But no fighter that's coming up that's trying to learn and study, you shouldn't try to mimic anything he did. He was one of a kind. I'll be honest.
You shouldn't try to mimic him or somebody
don't try to
Roy.
mimic him. Don't try to mimic Roy Jones. Real talk. Don't even try to mimic Floyd Mayweather because nobody does the shoulder roll as good as him. So y'all stop trying to be
nobody can be Roy. Nobody can be Prince Nazim. Nobody can be Floyd. Those people, they're one of a kind. Just like they'll never be another Ali. There'll never be another Ali. There'll never be another Ray Leonard. Those guys are one of a kind. Those people. Be you. I would say to all young fighters, don't try to be like anybody. If you want to learn something from older fighters, that's fine. Take that and make it your own. You'll never be another fighter. You'll never be another man. You'll only be you. You'll only ever be you.
That's fine.
Find yourself.
Exactly. I totally agree. Tony said, great interview, Fox Brothers. Continue blessing in your career.
Thank you, Tony. Appreciate that.
Yeah, anything, man. Thanks for coming in, man. Any social media y'all want to let these people know where they can find y'all at, man?
Yeah, I'm at Slyzafox. That's SLYAZAFOX on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook as well, man. SLYAZAFOX.
And I'm on Instagram, Twitter. I'm most active on those. You catch me on at Professor Mike MYKE. Like I got it spelled on my tag. So Professor Mike on Twitter and on Instagram. I talk boxing anytime there's some fights on. I'm on Twitter giving my 2 cents on them. You know.
Yeah, man.
Hashtag Fox Twin Towers too. We all
hashtag Fox Twin Towers.
Go ahead, Lou.
All right. Yeah, I just wanted to say, man, I really appreciate you guys for coming in, man. You guys remind me so much of my younger brothers, Lamont and Anthony Peterson, man. When I see your relationship that you guys got, it goes back and forth, man. So I just felt like it wouldn't have been right to have one without the other, man. Tez, to you.
Y'all having us.
Yeah, Tez, to you. Before I go, stay strong, young fella. Get back on the wagon. You lose, you get right back on it, man. I appreciate you for coming in. And Mike, keep shooting for the stars, young fella.
Oh, most definitely.
Y'all got upside,
my heroes.
Man. That's right, man. So thank y'all for coming in, man. We really appreciate it, man. And we'll talk to you guys later, man.
All right, man.
Y'all be safe.
That.
All right, man.
Enjoy your holidays.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas
to you guys, man.
All right.
Yeah, man. The Fox Brothers came on, Lou. We got the Fox. Oh man, I cut Lou off.
Oh my God.
Lou. Yeah, we had the Fox Brothers in here. Thank everybody for coming in, man. Lou, what you think of the interview before we get off here?
I think the interview was great, man. I think it was great. One thing I will say, big fella, we both, man, we might have made 2 PSA announcements throughout the whole thing, man. But but it's funny because when you talking to somebody, we let the fighters on the platform. We let them talk. We don't try to overtalk them or try to beat them to a question. We let them talk, and that's what we did. We was in the moment. So I definitely love this interview, man. Love these two
man.
guys.
Exactly. Jamal said, I love the 2 brothers. They still watching. Bring us the bells back in DC. KJ said, we'll say good luck, but y'all don't need it. Y'all got this, man. Yeah, Lou, man. Another good interview, man. You know what I mean? And all good. Happy birthday, Aria. You know
Happy birthday.
And it's another great interview, champ.
Yeah. But before I go, I got one shout out I want to get. I don't want to take credit for all of this stuff. I want to give a special shout out to my girl Kiki for putting the thing together. I want y'all to know it's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the screen. We ain't doing this shit by ourselves. So with that being said, I want to give a special shout out to Kiki for helping me put this thing together backstage, and that's my shout out.
Yeah, thank you, Kiki, for bringing it in, man. And we really appreciate what you do behind the scenes. Thank you, fellas, for coming through the Rebuttal Entertainment. Thanks, Earth, for coming in and hubbling Jamal and them Cowboys. I mean, them Redskins. Great job, though. And we'll talk to you guys later, man. Lou, I'll hit you up later on, man.
All right, peace. Hey, kiss baby girl for me, man. Tell Juggernaut go to sleep.
All right.
All right, Chad.
All right.